Welcome to Le Cycle de Mes Envies. If you're like me, passionate about writing or just love books in general, and if your deep dream is to publish a novel or a book, stay with me. Today I will interview a young, beautiful, talented woman who just published her first novel. Reine-Aurore, welcome to Le Cycle de Mes Envies. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And the first question I want to ask you is, who are you?
Oh, wow. Okay. Starting with a big question. I'm from France. I grew up in a city called Plaisir. I've lived in London for 10 years. I live in South London with my husband. Grateful. So fourth year.
Yes. Do you have a brother and sisters?
I have, it's 5 of us. So I have a twin brother. I have a sister who's here in England. My brother is in Australia. And I have 2 brothers who are twins as well. So my mom had 2 twins, 2 sets of twins.
That's great. Yeah. So if I say, tell us 4 things about yourself, what you would say?
4 things. Family.
Okay, good.
Writing.
Yeah.
Sewing.
Okay.
And my husband.
Oh. That's great. But you know why I asked you that question? Because in 2012, you say 5 things about yourself. And then you say playing guitar in spring and summer.
What was the second one?
The second one was vegetarian for over 10 years.
Oh, yes.
You still?
Yes and no. The thing is, I try not to be anymore. And so now I eat some type of meat and some others I still don't because I just can't. So, yeah. I'm not totally a vegetarian. But
So the third one, you say sing a lot and anywhere.
Oh, yeah, still.
You said, and you declare your dream is about writing a novel.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't even remember. So I guess I fulfilled my dream, I guess.
Exactly. So when did you first realize you want to be a writer?
I think I've always wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a writer and a teacher.
Okay.
So I used to write little stories. I used to have my diaries that I would try to hide from my siblings. Poetry. I used to write a lot of actually I started writing short poems before writing actual stories. Okay. And then when I got to uni, I think it became more serious when I started to write more serious things like the poems. That's how I published the collection of poems, but I didn't do it myself. My uncle did it. Okay. Yeah, first time I published it. I think it was 2000. I don't even remember the word. 2011.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
How long did it take you to write this book named? How do you call it?
Asia.
Asia. Beautiful.
Asia. Just the writing process, I think it was about 4 years.
4 years.
With lots of breaks. It means that sometimes I would just be like, oh, this story is rubbish, and I just leave it and do something else. And then go back to it like, no, actually, she's kind of cool. Maybe let's see. So I keep writing. So yeah, I just took my time.
What the name mean? Asia.
Asia. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a name that I liked. I really liked it because it looked like the continent, but it's actually it sounds like continent, but it's not.
I thought it was meaning like I don't know, the name of someone.
Oh no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. What is your work schedule? Thank you. Like when you are writing.
I don't really have a work schedule. I just write whenever I feel like it. So if I'm relaxed, sometimes I will feel like sewing, sometimes I feel like reading, sometimes I feel like writing.
Okay.
And then every time I go, I have
it's like a
cycle, like your cycle.
Exactly. There we are.
But I have my phone, or I have like notebooks with me. So whenever I have, even if it's just one line or one idea, I will write it down. Okay. And then I know, okay, I'll so it used to be all over the place with different notes. And now I use a specific app. So when I have ideas, I just write in it. more organic and less organized.
Yeah, exactly. What do you like to do when you are writing? You say it's like circle. Sometimes you are not on it. You just want to do something else. But what do you like to do when you are there and then you're writing? You want to have a cup of tea. You want to go to the park.
I like to be in my bed and comfortable, and then I would write. Sometimes I like to be by the window so I could see, especially if it's sunny. But like I said, I write anywhere. So even if I'm waiting at the doctor, waiting room for the doctor, and I have an idea,
you're just waiting for the inspiration to come.
So any time it comes, I'll just write it somewhere, and then when I'm actually concentrated on the story, then I'll just find a way to relax. But in a cafe, I love writing in a cafe.
Really, it's a lot of noise. You're not.
Depends which cafe. I had some few places.
Okay.
One in Crystal Palace, that's really nice, and on the first floor usually it's quite quiet.
Okay.
And they have tables, and they have so yeah, I like I've always liked to be surrounded by people, even if it's quiet. So even at uni, I used to go to the library, and in France, I used to go to the François Mitterrand.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. That because I like to have lots of people around, and lots of books, and then I get in the mood to write or to read or research, and I need kind of an environment. But I've never written in the park somehow. I don't know if it means something, but
yeah, you need to be in the bubble, like a kind of bubble.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. A bubble with other people thinking.
Exactly. What does your family think about your writing? Did they read the book? Did they read your poetry?
Yes, I hope they read it.
So if you listen, if you watch us, you need to do it.
Yeah, actually, they were not really surprised that I published. They were surprised that it took me so long.
Okay. Yeah, because they know you. They know that.
Yeah. So because when I did the collection of poems, that's when they were surprised. Like, oh, you actually published. And then after that, it was, when are you doing something else? Exactly. Are you writing? Or I have an uncle who's always asking me, are you still writing? Oh. As if he's making sure I'm still, still writing. So yeah, then my husband, he I know he's gonna kill me for saying that, but he's a better writer than me.
Really?
He writes. I was looking at him like, don't kill me. But he writes poems. Okay. He got it from his dad, who used to write as well. No. And but he doesn't really like to share it. But yeah, he's very impressed that I actually went all the way to getting published. So
artists always stick with artists, That's good. I didn't know. This is a new thing.
Yeah, he's really good with words, but in French, he's more.
In French, okay.
In French, yeah.
Wow, you are so clever doing this in English. I don't know how. Did you grow up with English?
We used to go to an English congregation. I think I was 14 or 15 when we started. Okay. So, and at home, we didn't, my parents, they were like, oh, we're in English, let's try to speak English at home. But teenagers are like, no. But at the same time, I have my auntie, she's in California. Oh, so I took a lot of inspiration from that, because during the summer, summer holidays in France is like 2 months or 3 months. So I just spend my summer there. So yeah, and all my university was in English. I did an English degree. So all the reading, I did literature as well, American literature. So all the reading, all the writing papers.
Finally, you revealed the secret. Thank you.
So I think it's easier for me to write in English. Okay. It comes straight away. It's more natural. Really? But in French, I would always, doubt myself. I'm like, oh, do you say it that way? Do you write it? Wow. For me, French is so proper when it's written that you can't, you can't. But in English, you can make up words. Yes, I know what you mean. I mean, make up words in the sense, I don't know if you understand, but it's more like descriptive words. You have more vocabulary, more words. Mm-hmm. But in French, for me, it seems, I don't know, it seems very... Okay. Very square, very strict. Okay. So I actually started to translate Asia, but it's It's so difficult.
For me, I thought it was in French. So when I got it, I was like exciting. I'm kind of person, I'm in love with love. So when something is about love, I'm there.
Yeah.
So
but it's an easy read. It's it's not an easy read. It's not.
I find it easy to read, and you go to it straight away, you know. And could you tell us about the story? Not too much.
She's an African American woman, a young woman from California specifically.
So you're on.
Yeah, in the same town, and I think same road. I mean, all the details are quite specific. So she's trying to figure out, you know, who she is, who she's becoming. She's in her early 20s. Who she's becoming as a woman, who her true friends are. Yeah. What her career will be. So it means getting over a painful breakup. Yes. Yeah. With no closure. We like closure. We like to talk about it, but she doesn't know. He just vanished. But just when she, you know, she's figuring herself, and at that moment, her ex comes back in picture. Yeah. And she meets somebody. So she's like at the crossroad, like, what should I do? Should I, you know, try to mix of like feelings of flashbacks, lots of flashbacks, and yeah. What this inspiration came from? Is about a bit of your life, or is just, you know, looking around your friend and yeah, it's a whole mix. For example, the ex is like, I think everybody had someone like that in their life, and everybody talked about. Yes, I've heard friends, so I've mix of what my friends told me, what I've lived, and I just put all of this into one. Yes. Podium. He's got all the. Yeah, I like also the picture. Yeah, it's me. Your amazing hair, you know. And yeah, it was at the back of my house actually. My house with the family, and I think my sister took the picture. Because one of my friends was selling those earrings, the one on the picture. So we took pictures and for, you know, for like promotion, and I like this one. I love that. How your book get published? The thing is, I didn't write it to get published. I was just writing it to, you know, like you write a diary to make you feel good. Okay, yes. That's how I was writing it, to make me feel good. Yes. And then one of my friends, we talked, and she said, "Oh, I'm writing as well." Marlies. Marlies, okay. We're talking about it. And I said, "Oh, yeah, me too. So let's." So we exchanged. She read my book, and I read hers. Okay. And before that, even some of my friends, my best friend, I sent them. They read the story and they liked it. But it was never. I never thought, "Oh, let's get published." But with Marlies, the conversation was, "Oh, you should get published." And I said, "But is it good enough?" So I sent it to two or three publishing companies just to. I didn't expect anything, just to see how they will receive it, or if, you know, if it's relevant. And they got back to me. I don't know if we got back to me, and it was quite positive. Okay. So that was a confirmation that it's not too bad. I could do something. And then from there was the decision: do I publish it through them, or do I publish it on my own? So which is different. Yes. Through them will be the traditional way, and then you have self-publishing. What is like traditional way? Traditional way is they offer you a contract. So in the contract, they would say, we take care of everything, publishing, marketing, and we share contacts. Yes. So they send it to the different bookstores and everything. But it's not your book anymore. Really? So you kind of exchange. You give them your book, and they give you and which means that you only have, I think it was 10 or 15% royalties. No way. Yeah. It could be a lot. I mean, if they change it and it sells for, I don't know, millions or something, 10% of it is quite a lot. But the fact that they're allowed to change it, change the story, and then they said something about if we want to make it a movie or something. Okay, yes. And I didn't feel right about that. Okay. And also it's not guaranteed. Okay. Kind of a bargain. Plus you have to give an advance. They give you pay this to kind of advance the cost. And then after, when you book makes money. So I thought, it's my first book. I want to do it just for myself, you know, to kind of feel like I've achieved something. I don't care if only 10 people read it, but I feel, you know, satisfied enough.
I like what you say, you know, you want to feel like you achieve something. It's not just, I want to do it because I want to be paid, I want to be famous, I want to be. So that is really important, to achieve something for yourself, do things for yourself, and then you will, the way you will
share.
exactly. We feel it. We feel it. It's really what you say. Sorry, carry on.
And it feels like it's you feel satisfied because I've done it. And the whole process, it's a very long process, I have to be honest.
Really?
It's painful. I mean, for me, it was painful. It was frustrating. At some point, I was literally crying.
No way.
And my husband said, you know what, just pause it. Just leave it and then when you feel better, go back to it. Take your time. So same thing, I took my time as well for publishing. For self-publishing, because that's, And I think maybe that's why some people, they just want to go the traditional way. Because I think they don't want to go through all the...
What was the challenge?
The challenge is, first you have to decide which way you're going to publish it. And then I picked Amazon KDP. And the thing with Amazon KDP that I personally thought is, it wasn't... I think they could be more transparent about how to convert the document, how to do every step. So I had to watch lots of videos, not from them, but from people who self-published. So understanding their software, then the whole proofreading. So I've proofread, I've asked, I think 4 or 5 people to proofread for me. And then I kept finding mistakes. And I think there still is some mistakes, but it's so frustrating because you keep reading and you're like, okay. Sometimes on one chapter, I will spend weeks just to proofread. But so sorry if there are some mistakes. I have put all my energy in it.
Mamma mia. I thinking about myself because any word I say, because I write in French, and French language and we don't love each other, you know. I want to speak French in my way, and French say no. French language is like so we're fighting every sentence I write is a mistake, you know. So I'm like, oh my days, if you when you have a big brain, me I have a small one. So if it takes you 1 week for a chapter, I think it will take me 3 months, maybe.
But you can ask friends. I've asked friends, so that was really helpful. I have a friend, Myra Brady.
Yes.
It's actually her business to help people who self-publish, and she helped me a lot because the thing is, the story is in the US, so I had to make sure it stays in American English and not British English. But that was my choice. I suppose I could have but I wanted to be, true to the character. If she's American, then the whole language needs to be American. So she helped me to spot.
I didn't notice, but I'm not English anyway. So for me, it was just English. But maybe if English or American, they read it, they will see the difference. You mean?
Yeah, they probably see. No, it's not big things, but it's just just small things.
Wow.
And also publishing ebook format and paper format is different. So ebook was actually okay.
More easy?
Ebook was easier. After many mistakes, I found that KDP actually have a software for ebook. But before that, I was trying to convert my Word document into ebook. Anyway, and once I found it, then you just copy and paste your text, and then all the categories, and then it puts it together. And then so I just publish an ebook, and then people say, "Oh, do you have paper version?" I say paper version. Yeah, what do you do?
You know, I said, okay. You know, when I buy it, I was like, okay, I'm waiting for it. It will come, and Thomas said, no, is on your. I was like, no. It will come. I pay for it.
Even my dad was like, what is this ebook?
I love paper. You know, when I read, even when I study, I prefer to have my own watchtower. You know, I don't like. It's good because you have all the references. You just click and then you have to proceed. I'm more paper, you know. So I was like, okay, for you, but your story was good, so I go on it. But if it was like too long, I would be like, oh, okay, no way.
But then I went to do the paper, and it's completely different again. so you can't use the same software. So I had to start from scratch. You know, the different part, the table of content, the part and even the cover, I had to redo it. So I was like, oh, really?
Wow.
So yeah, and then in the end, it was worth it.
Okay.
I have it in paper.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you having the paper and me? I don't have it.
Because it took me a while, and then I decided I did it. Because the thing is, I had to.
Can we find it in Amazon or no?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. On Amazon now. Yeah, but I had to change even the size of the.
Could you show us? Could you show us? I love it. For me, it's like the book. I love it. Now for me, it's like, yeah, this is the book.
Even small things that like making sure the chapter ends.
Yes.
And then the new chapter on a new page.
Yes.
Even that was, yeah. So it's just a question of taking your time.
Okay. Yes.
If you stress too much, just leave it.
Leave it.
To rest, do something else, and then come back to it. It does take time, but it's worth it.
Okay. Which one you prefer?
I like the paper.
Yeah. You see?
Can hold it. Can yeah.
Exactly. I need to have this one.
Okay.
I want it as a gift. My anniversary wedding is 31st of July. Okay. You know, I gotta go to buy it.
I don't think any rules or anything could stop you from writing. I think you should keep on writing.
Yes.
And then publishing, I'm quite happy there is self-publishing because it means anybody can just publish whatever they're writing. Because if you go the traditional way, sometimes they can't be like, oh, that's worth nothing, and that's it, the end. But at least you can get your thing out there.
Yes.
And then the response can encourage you. For example, the response I have, it encourages me to, to carry on writing, maybe write better with the feedback. Someone said, "Oh, we had a book discussion with some few people." Okay. So I wrote lots of feedbacks, and I know, okay, for next book I need to work on this or work on that.
Oh, you say next book?
Yeah, starting
process for another book. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes, already. You start something new. Okay, good.
Yeah, I started already.
So this time it will be in England. Can we have a little?
It's in different continents, but mainly it's still in America. But it's a little bit in my, not my own because I wasn't born there, but my heart country in Africa. My heart continent in Africa.
Okay. So we are exciting to.
Yes. I want. And we're going back on time. We're going to let the the aunties speak.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. But this time I want it in the paper. I don't want it in the iBook. I will wait until.
I'll start with the paper. Yes. This way to go. No, now that I know how it works, then it will be,
Okay. I wanted to finish in French. I will more express myself if I say it in French. Franchement, encore merci Reine-Aurore. Je te souhaite tout le meilleur. Franchement, j'ai vraiment apprécié ton écriture. C'est très simple à lire, c'est très agréable et j'ai hâte de pouvoir découvrir le deuxième qui va arriver. Prends ton temps parce que de toute façon, je pense que le vrai secret pour que tu fasses quelque chose de bien, c'est de prendre son temps. Merci encore pour avoir pris le temps de.
Avec plaisir. Merci de ton intérêt pour le livre.
Ah, mais parce que tu me connais. Moi, voilà, j'écris aussi. Je voudrais juste rappeler ton Instagram. Est-ce que tu peux nous dire ton Instagram?
Mon famille Reine-Aurore Author.
Merci beaucoup. Passe une bonne journée parce qu'aujourd'hui il fait très très beau. Donc,
oui, justement, je vais profiter. On va aller pique-niquer dehors. J'aime trop tout ce que tu fais. Dès qu'il y a un truc qui sort, je vais voir. C'est génial.
La folie, la folie.
C'est bien de voir une autre femme s'épanouir, s'exprimer. Tous les trucs qu'on pense, qu'on ressent, et toi, tu les...
C'est ça.
C'est génial.
Vraiment. Donc, oui, t'es comme moi, t'es dans un cycle, t'es une vraie artiste, tu couds, tu joues de la guitare. Moi, je joue pas d'instrument. Il y en a plein qui vont découvrir à travers ça, ils vont dire, oh bon, on savait pas que, tu vois. Ça me fait plaisir, ça me fait vraiment, vraiment plaisir.
Allez, bisous, ma belle.
Bye.